Hello guys, and welcome to a new WARNO video today by me, Vulcan. In this one, I'm leaving one of the best still last. I'm really excited to share with you an overview of Division Acorazada Brunete, a new Spanish division available in the SOUTHAG expansion. 8 of the divisions are released now, including this one, and available early if you own the expansion pass or the gold edition. Let's jump on in. Yeah, really excited about the Spanish joining the fray. It's the first time I've seen the Spanish in a Eugen game as far as I can remember, which is really cool. So we're going to get to see some of their domestic equipment. We're starting here with an M577, not too exciting. The TOA PC, 40 points, armoured, only 2 on a card, not ideal. Then we have the Pegaso, which is a nice truck, 40 points, 1,000 supply. It's not actually that good because it's only 50 km/h off-road, 90 km/h on-road. And then we got the upgraded one, which actually has 75 km/h off-road speed, which is much, much nicer. So you get 3 on a card, 2,000 supply for 60 points. And then there's the TOA Cargo, which has 1,500 supply, 50 points, 4 on a card. And then we got another of the domestic units, the BMR PC. It comes with the 50 cal, really cool. Actually pretty fast vehicle, 85 km/h off-road. It's very nice. So really decent leader, definitely way better than the TOA PC, but you are paying for it, that's for sure. And still only get 2 on a card. There is also the option for the field supply point as well. Moving on to the infantry. Doesn't look like there's a lot here, but they do have cool new uniforms and they're all voice lined and everything, so very cool. We've got the MG42 as the starter unit here. It has 35% accuracy, so a little bit better for the price than your standard machine gun squads. Like most have 30, 15 points, but this one has 35, so if you start upvetting this to do dual vet, you're going to be looking at 45% accuracy, which is actually pretty good. There's also the Lag 40, which is a very interesting grenade launcher. 55% accuracy on this thing, and even better, you get some really cool transports. So with the machine gun, it's just the Santana, but then you get the TOA with the grenade launcher on it, or even the BMR with the grenade launcher on it, which is, again, the really fast transport. So really cool options for bringing these in, and definitely something that I want to try out. So probably going to see them added to my deck. And then we got the Pegaso, the C120, which, if you read this out, it's interesting. 20 mil in the infantry tab. Not something that I thought I would see, because it does have the 2,475 meter range against helicopters, so it's more like an AA unit, but in this case it's like designated as anti-infantry specifically for 50 points. So yeah, could be useful, but you can pick them up in the AA tab for sure. Then we got the military police. So these guys come with the 4 SMGs. They have the Santana PM vehicle as well with the cool lights on it and everything. It's a shame these don't like light up in game, or at least I don't think they do. But regardless, military police really useful for giving that suppression regeneration bonus to nearby units. Then we got the Zapadore Mando. This is the leader, 6-man squad with shock trait. They can bring in the Pegaso or the TOA, which is an M113 with a 50 cal. Then we got the Zapadore, which are the engineers, I guess. Yeah. So 9-man squad with all submachine guns, satchel charge, shock trait. It's good. Like it's a decent engineer squad for sure. Transports, again, M113 or the truck. And then you got the Zapadore with the M65. So again, 9-man squad with submachine guns plus M65, which is a launcher that has 15 penetration at 675 meter range, 55% accuracy. And you can bring them in with the TOA VCZ, which has the extra little bit of front armor on the M113 because of the bulldozer. Then we got the Fusileros Mando. These guys are a leader squad. 2 submachine guns, 4 rifles with the smoke grenade. They've got the Setme, which apparently is the predecessor to the G3. So, yep, decent squad because of the smoke, basically. 6-man, can be brought in with the Jeep or the M113. Then we've got the Fusileros, they have 7 Setmes with the MG42s. Really decent loadout, actually. I just wish they had a launcher. But otherwise, they're going to be slapping infantry at range quite nicely. All of these guns are nice for 40 points. They can be brought in with the TOA, but also the TOA with the lag, which is the grenade launcher. So M13s with grenade launchers look super scary. I think they're going to be pretty good. Then you got the Fusileros with the Setmes, the MG42 and an M65. So more sort of standard loadout, 10-man squad, only 1 machine gun with the AT weapon. So that's kind of nice for 55 points. And there's also the C90 variant. So they get 11 rifles with a C90 launcher, which has 20 round per minute rate of fire, 18 penetration, but very limited range, but good accuracy. So a nice launcher if you're close. Yeah, it's going to be nice in towns and stuff. Can only be brought in with a normal TOA though. Same with these guys. It's a shame that they can't get the TOA lag as well, because that would be really, really good. Then we got the Milan 1, which can be brought in with a TOA, which has the Milan on it. And there's also the Milan 2, which can also come in with the standard Milan TOA. Milan's 2,450 meter range, 24 AP for the Milan 2. Alright, moving on to the artillery tab. We have ourselves the 120mm mortar with the TOA or Pegaso as their transports. There is a TOA that brings an 81mm mortar. We also have the BMR with an 81mm mortar, which is quite a bit more mobile. So I would definitely recommend choosing this if you were going to go for either because of the same cost. And then there's the TOA PM with the 120mm mortar as well, which is nice because it gets the extra range. Well, it doesn't get much more range in this case. It's only like 500 more meters, so this is probably the best choice for a mortar here. Then there's the M108, which gets the short stubby gun. 10k range, it's not very long. Only 1.88 damage because it's 105 as opposed to a 155. Then we got the M109A1B, which is more like it, you know, the big 155 gun with the 3.41 HE and the 18,000 meter range. Only 3 round per minute rate of fire, it's a little bit slow, but it's still decent. And then the M110A2, which is your long range howitzer. Finally, we get another domestic piece of equipment, the Teruel. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, I apologize. It has 140mm rockets. It's like a big boy grad. And it's going to fire all 40 rockets at the same time, I believe. Because, yeah, 40 are loaded. So you're going to have to reload this every time. It's going to cost 800 to resupply. I think this is going to be pretty good. Like, if you're concentrating a couple of them on the same target, I think these are going to be really, really fun to use. And adding to the MLRS that we're going to see in 10v10s. Right, moving on to the tank tab. Starting with an M13 with an ITO. And then we have the BMR with a TOW 2. Now the trouble with the BMR is it doesn't get the good stealth. So whilst it is a fast transport with a decent HGM, it's going to be struggling to stay alive, I think, at range. Then we've got the AMX-30s. So these are the export AMX-30s. They don't have the 20mm on the side of the gun. So you've got a 50 cal instead, and you've got an MG3 on the top. 15 penetration, 1,900 meter range, 55% accuracy. Unfortunately, not that good, but they are cheap. So, like, en masse, maybe they can do a decent job. It's just severely lacking range. But that is made up for in the AMX-30 EM2 which gets the 2,275 meter range with 17 penetration and really good accuracy. Look at this, 70% accuracy with one bet, because this is the leader variant. That's huge. These could be really nasty. And you've got 2 cards here, which you can definitely upvet. And you're looking at 70-75% penetrate, or 70-75% accuracy on those. That's going to be super good with like 10 or 11 rate of fire. There's also this one, which comes with extra health and also extra armor. So the Sablier, if we just compare them, you can see the difference there. So they get the explosive reactive armor, so 11 max damage instead of 10. And also at the top, you got the extra 1 front armor. So pretty nice upgrade. Obviously the accuracy is the same. I've just had one of them upgraded. Yeah, the tanks here, pretty nice actually, the MX-30. Just because of the accuracy. Then we've got the Recon tab. So starting off here with a sniper squad. Gets the SETME and the M43. Can be brought in with a Santana, or what I assume is a BO-105, the HU-15. Then there's a 4-man recon squad, Reconnaissance. Alright, I tried. Again, just 4-man squad, no AT though, which is a bit unfortunate. Then we've got a 20-point exceptional optic unit, which is actually really nice because it does get good stealth. This is going to be great for just sitting in a tree line. It's never going to reveal itself because it has no weapons, even though you put on return fire anyway. But yeah, good stealth, 20 points, dot these around, get some good recon. We've got the HU-15 as a recon helicopter, again, just like BO-105 export. Then we've got the Exploradores. These are a 9-man squad with 8 rifles, MG42 and an M65. So pretty decent combination, and you're also getting an M113 with good optics on it, which is going to be able to engage infantry quite nicely. Or even the HU-10, which gets an MG42 on the side. We've got the Brunetes. These are pretty good as well. I think at the start of the game, these could be really scary, because if you like get these forward deployed into good positions and then ambush with them, those C90s have really nice penetration. So you're going to be able to take out some pretty decent targets early on, and they're very accurate. So you're going to be able to get those transport snipes in and everything. I think they're going to be pretty good. And they come in with the BMR, which is a very fast armored transport. So it's nice. Yeah. Speaking of nice, we get the VEC-25, which is another fast vehicle. I don't know if that's the whole of the BMR with a gun on it. It looks like it is. But it's got the Bushmaster. So 1,750 meter range, but with 4 pen and 65% accuracy. It's a very accurate autocannon. And so this could be a really, really good vehicle for attacking the enemy at the start of the game and like sneaking through the gaps and getting into the back line. There is also the VEC-90. It's a little bit cheaper, but it comes with a 90mm gun. I don't know how good this is going to be. I feel like the rate of fire is a bit low. Like even if you up-bet it, it's only like 9 round per minute rate of fire. It's only 50% accurate. It'll be okay as a little bit of fire support and decent recon vehicle, but this is just way better. I think the Bushmaster is really nice. Finally, there's the AMX-30. It's a shame this doesn't get the better gun because it'd be really strong. But 95 points for a recon tank is still nice. And 19 pen, nothing to scoff at if you get into range of something. Right, moving on, we have the AA tab. So back to the 20mm, now available in the AA tab as well. So the AA tab variant, let me just compare this. So it's exactly the same in terms of ranges, but the rate of fire of the AA one is higher, and it's also cheaper. Now, the big thing here is that because the 20mm is in the infantry tab, I assume it doesn't get the negative modifiers that the AA version would get, because I think like AA gets like suppressed quicker because it's AA. as opposed to like infantry, which might not. I don't know if that's actually the case or if I'm just speaking out my ass, but that may explain the difference in the prices here. Moving on, we have the twin 20mm. So obviously just going to put out more DPS against helicopters, and obviously maybe against ground targets as well. You've also got the Bofors available, and also the Sky Guard. So that's cool. 2,825 meter range against helicopters, very long range, and also 3,000 against aircraft with a 1.5 second aim time. It's really good. So yeah, don't sleep on that. And then we got 20mm in a truck. We got the Aspide, which is similar stats to the Crotal, but basically fires what is basically, which is a Sparrow. It fires Sparrows apparently, which is cool. So 7 HE, 3,175 meter range against helicopters, 3,875 meters against aircraft. Make sure you don't sell the transport so that you can move it around after it fires, because it will get targeted by artillery. Finally, there is the AMX-30, which is a Ronin 2. This is the AMX-30 RE. It's a Ronin 2, basically. So you don't have to worry about radar on it, which is kind of nice. With 3,525 meter range against aircraft, 55% accuracy. The one thing that kind of lets it down generally is that it fires 2 and then it has to reload. Then we got the helicopters. So we got a BA-105 with a 20mm underneath it, which is an interesting one. It doesn't have much penetration, so it's definitely like an infantry killer as opposed to like light vehicle killer. But yeah, the fact that the Spanish get this and the German don't is kind of interesting. And then we've got the HA-15, which is hot 1s as opposed to hot 2s, but still decent to have an HGM helicopter hanging about sometimes. Finally, the air tab. So we got the C-12, which is an F4 Phantom, comes with rockets, has the 70mm rocket pods there. They only have HE damage. It also has AIM-9s, which could be used to kill helicopters, but without a main gun, it's going to kind of struggle to one-pass things. Then we got the C-12, which is another F4 with SEMAX radar missiles. So it's got 4 Sparrows and 4 AIM-9s, which is nice. Pretty decent loadout for 175 points. Obviously just missing a gun. Then we've got the Napalm loadout with 6 Napalm, which is actually kind of nice. Like, I haven't really seen many bombers with 6 Napalm. It's usually 4. So maybe could do a little bit more with those against infantry. And then there's also the HE one, which comes with 6 227 kilogram bombs. So yeah, that could also be pretty handy. All of those get 20% ECM, 1,100 km/h speed. And then finally we have the Hornets. Now this Hornet's very, very scary. It is a Hornet with Mavericks. Mavericks are fire and forget, so you've only just got to fly near an AT on target, like a tank, and it will just auto-fire, and then the Maverick will track itself. Really, really scary unit. Mavericks on a 40% ECM, 1,250 km/h speed aircraft is, yeah, scary. And then finally, there is the C-15, which is the Hornet with the Sparrows and AIM-9s. So you get 4 Sparrows and 2 AIM-9s, which again is a decent loadout for a 40% ECM plane. Very nice indeed. You are paying quite a lot more for the C-15s, so I don't know if it'd be worth just taking the C-12 and a card of C-15s. But let's see as we build ourselves a deck. Alright, starting off in the logistics. I don't know what I want to do here. Do I want leaders in that tab? Because where else am I actually going to get leaders? Because it looks like there's quite a lot of space in the tank tab, which means that maybe I want to bring in these. We could do like 1 infantry leader, because I'm going to need the FOB for the rocket artillery. We're going to bring in these trucks because they're the best, and then maybe some TOA cargo. So the next one will be the 3 activation points, would be rough. So if we come in here and we use these as the leader of choice, I will bring them in with the M13. I'm definitely going to want to bring in the, what was it, the lag 40 with the BMR lag. I think this is going to be a really fun combo. So we'll bring those in. Do I want to try the 20mm in the infantry tab? Possibly. I think Fusileros with the TOA lag could be another nice choice. If I upvet those. I think we're doing Milan 2s. Upvet maybe. Just trying to think what I want. Do I want maybe one of each? Because then they can be used for each of their different scenarios. Like when you need close range AT, when you kind of want a bit of a longer range engagement. We can pop the veterancy up on those maybe. And then I'm thinking, yeah, these for sure. Upvet those. Cool. I think that's fine. Just keep everything upvet like that. I think it's decent. Okay, artillery, definitely taking the Teruyel. I shouldn't look that up. It's so bad. Okay, I think I want BMRs. I don't know if I need M109s as well. Maybe. Okay, we definitely need both the tanks then here. So that's going to be all of my leaders. 6 leaders is generally enough. I will bring up the veterancy on those and these. We'll do one with 2 vet, one with 1 vet. Might bring these as well. Bring a card of AMX 30s with 2 vets. Just to fill up the 1 slots. Okay, recon. I think I might do 2 1 vet VECs. And then we'll do Jeanettes 1 vet. We'll get 2 cards of those. I think they're just better. And then maybe a card of these. Yeah, I'm not a fan of like the snipers and stuff. This squad I'm kind of missing out on a little bit. Maybe we can come back to that. Alright, we'll take the Aspide up there. We'll take the... And now we'll keep them unvet. We'll take the AMXs up there. We don't get any like man pads, which is actually kind of scary. We'll just take these 20 mils. I would like to try this. I don't know how good they're gonna be, but I will try them. Air tabs actually not too expensive. We definitely bring in the C15s. So we'll do C12, C15 ATs. I think these are just too good not to bring. And then do I do napalm or HE or rockets? I think probably HE. So that leaves us with 4 activation points available. I think I want to bring some M109s. And we'll probably bring more tanks. We'd also bring the other helicopters. Let's bring some more AMX 30s with 2 vet. Yeah. Okay, interesting. What is this? Acorazada Brunete. I think this division looks super fun. And I'm really interested in all of this domestic equipment that the Spanish are bringing. It's one of the things I was most excited about. Obviously, they import a lot of stuff. There's a lot of like French equipment in here. You've got some German equipment in there. And you've also got the Hornets in there and stuff. So there's a lot of like mix going on. And it's really interesting. Yeah, I find this fascinating. Regardless, that's where I'm going to leave it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.